Coming up on a weekly rewind, we present our Black History Month special, honoring leaders, innovators, and creatives whose impact continues to shape our world today. Hello Jaguars, I'm Cherish Nichols, your SGA Secretary, and welcome to a special edition of the Weekly Rewind. In honor of Black History Month, we're taking time to recognize the history, achievements, culture, and impact of Black leaders, artists, innovators, and trailblazers, past and present. Black history is not just history, it's American history. And today, we highlight individuals who have shaped the world through courage, creativity, and determination. Let's begin with a global icon of leadership and resilience. Rosemary has more.
Thank you. Nelson Mandela was an important leader who helped end discrimination in South Africa. Let's take a look on how he's remembered today. Nelson Mandela was born in South Africa in 1918. As he grew up, he became aware of how unfairly Black South Africans were treated under segregation. Determined to make a change, he joined the African National Congress and fought for equal rights.
Our major weapon of struggle against apartheid oppression and exploitation is our people organized into mass formation of the democratic movement.
His activism led him to be in jail for 27 years. Even after all that, Mandela chose forgiveness and peace over anger and revenge. After his release in 1990, he played a role in ending segregation. In 1994, he became South Africa's first Black president. His courage and commitment to justice made him a symbol of freedom and equality. Nelson Mandela reminds us to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. Back to you.
Thank you, Rosemary. Nelson Mandela's legacy reminds us that perseverance and unity can create lasting change. Now, we shift from political leadership to creative expression. Art has been a long, powerful tool for storytelling and social change. Alex will take a look at modern Black artists making an impact today.
Thank you. Black History Month highlights artists who don't just make music. They changed culture. From redefining sound to breaking down barriers, Black musicians still change and shape the industry today. Tyler, the Creator, helped reshape modern hip-hop by embracing individuality and creative freedom. With hit songs like Earthquake, his genre-blending sound and bold style challenge industry norms, inspiring artists to take control of their image, production, and voice. Childish Gambino uses music as a message. Through powerful tracks like This Is America, he sparked conversations about race, violence, and identity, proving that music can reflect society while influencing American culture and Black expression. But long before today's artists, Michael Jackson broke barriers on a global scale. His music crossed racial and cultural lines, uniting audiences worldwide and permanently changing who could lead the music industry, regardless of race. From redefining sounds to breaking down barriers, Black creativity continues to show how they move music and culture. Back to you.
Thanks, Alex. Through color, movement, and meaning, these artists continue to shape culture and inspire new generations. Fashion is another powerful tool for identifying and expression. From tradition to modern influence, African fashion has evolved while honoring its roots. Mariana will explore that evolution.
Thank you. There are many ways to demonstrate culture and history. One of the most powerful ways is through fashion. Let's see how.
Fashion has always been a method to talk about the struggles and challenges that come with your heritage.
My mother used to say in the summer, okay, I'm gonna go to the fabric store and I'm gonna buy the fabric and I'm gonna make all my summer dresses, one for each day of the week. Because it was important for you, even if you had store-bought clothes, for you to add your own personal touch and narrative to it.
More recently, New York Fashion Week hosted their annual Black History fashion show called Against All Odds. They showed bright colors and unique fabrics that embraced African American culture and resilience.
Being able to sit amongst other designers that I really admired and I looked up to, and being able to be in that same conversation and to be looked at as a a brand of that value.
These demonstrations help artists express their cultural identity.
A focus has always been to look at how our familial connections in the southern United States and the Caribbean islands, and how that then plays a role into how we want to tell our stories in our garments.
Sometimes the best way to make a statement is to let your style do all the talking. Back to you.
Thank you, Mariana. African fashion tells a story of heritage, pride, and innovation that continues to influence global trends today. Behind every movement and moment in history are people who captured it through a lens. Marley shares a spotlight on a photographer, Don Hogan Charles.
Thank you. As we enter Black History Month, it's important to recognize those who have paved the way for our hobbies, careers, and passions, specifically those who have given us a voice and told our stories through photography.
Don Hogan Charles was the first Black photographer to ever be hired by the New York Times in 1964. He paved the way for many other photographers of color through his amazing photographic compositions. His work told the stories of the post-Harlem Renaissance and the Civil Rights era, often painting a picture of ordinary life and struggles of the typical African American. He often photographed Black people in typically white-dominated spaces to show the striking movement of the times, but he is most famously known for photographing Malcolm X at the height of his resistance. In a telephone interview, a former co-worker mentioned that Charles liked to branch out and photograph many things. He didn't want to box himself by only photographing Black oppression, but he understood that he needed to because he believed white photographers and journalists were limited to their perspective, whereas he knew what it meant to be excluded. Mr. Charles was not only a supporter of his race, but also understood that oppression existed on all sides of the world, including gender. Because of this, he was a huge advocate and mentor for women photographers. Michelle Aggins once noted in an interview that he was a huge support and advisor to her when she freelanced in Chicago, so much so that they were later reunited when she landed a job at the Times as well. Although Mr. Charles was a huge advocate for everyone and was loved for his work, it wasn't always easy. He faced constant reminders of the era's cruelty. Even while on an assignment for the New York Times, he was once forced to enter a building through a backdoor service entrance where his white colleagues walked through the front. The disrespect was so deep it moved him to tears, and many of his co-workers mentioned that he often felt ridiculed. Part of why he wouldn't let others be bullied was because he wanted someone to stand up for him as well. Even as a well-respected photographer, Mr. Charles would often check his tailpipes for explosives, fearing for his life just for capturing the truth of the times through a lens.
It's important to know your roots and who have helped pave the way for your passions and hobbies today. Mr. Charles knew the hardships of working in an industry that wasn't welcoming to him, so he helped everyone that he could. Will you? Happy Black History Month, Jaguars, back to you.
Thank you, Marley. Photography preserves history. Don Hogan Charles helped ensure every movement was never forgotten. Now, we turn to women whose brilliance helped change the course of space exploration. Talia takes us inside the story of Hidden Figures.
Thank you. This month, let's highlight movies that represent inspirational African American people. Here's more. Hidden Figures is based on a true story about 3 African American women who broke through many racial and gender barriers. Katherine Johnson, Dorsey Vaughn, and Mary Jackson are some of the brilliant African American women who worked at NASA. Katherine Johnson was specifically assigned to help calculate and check formulas for NASA's flight research team. Dorsey Vaughn, another mathematician, became the first African American supervisor at NASA. Finally, Mary Jackson, who became the first Black female engineer at NASA. This film portrays the racial and gender discrimination they face day to day, along with how they eventually overcame it through hard work and dedication. They are some of many African American people that helped pave the way for many opportunities we have today. Now back to you.
Thanks, Talia. The women of Hidden Figures proved that intelligence and determination can break barriers, even when recognition is long overdue. And finally, we highlight a pioneer who broke barriers in the world of racing. Jaden shares the story of Wendell Scott.
Thank you. Wendell Scott, the first Black NASCAR driver to compete in a full season and take home the trophy.
Wendell Scott was born on August 29, 1961. He was a pioneering force who broke NASCAR's color barrier in 1952, transitioning from a moonshot runner to the sport's first Black superstar. Operating on a shoestring budget as his own mechanic, he faced systematic racism and used second-hand parts to compete in 495 races. His most iconic moment came in 1963 when he won at Jacksonville, though officials initially denied him the trophy to avoid a controversial winner's circle celebration.
Well, I wouldn't try to make all the races, and when I go to a race, I'd run as hard as I could, as long as I could.
People perhaps didn't understand that you had to run the way that you did most of the time because you didn't have the backing. You had to try to make a living at it.
Yeah. The Sunday I won the race in Jacksonville, I needed $900 and some dollars real bad. I left home, I didn't think I had a chance. And I won $1,100 this Sunday.
The good Lord took care of it.
With 147 top 10 finishes and a 2015 Hall of Fame induction, Scott's legacy is defined by the sheer grit it took to race and win against the odds.
His journey is a reminder that champions are forged through perseverance and courage.
Thanks, Jaden. Black History Month is a time to reflect, to celebrate, and to continue learning. The individuals that we highlighted today represent just a small portion of the rich and powerful history that continues to shape our world today. Let's honor their legacies not just this month, but every day, by uplifting voices, embracing culture, and striving for excellence in everything that we do. Thank you for joining us this time for the special edition of the Weekly Rewind. Until next time, stay involved, stay informed, and as always, remember to roar with excellence.